Hello viewers, it's Cynthia Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called the Boruto Review. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Now, if you're over 18, then you should go to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, before I begin, I like to say, if you're wondering what's that hissing sound in the background, that's just my radiator. So basically, once again, if you're wondering what's that hissing sound in the background you're hearing, that's just my radiator. So basically, I tried to turn it down, but I tried to turn it down, but that's the best I can do at this moment. So basically, if you're wondering what's that hissing sound in the background, that's just my radiator in the background. Blowing out steam and shit like that. So anyway, let's get into today's episode of Boruto. So basically, this episode starts off at Kara's headquarters. We see Code and Delta waiting in the dining room for the other members to. They've been summoned by Adaro. They're waiting for Adaro and the other care members to show up. So basically, Adaro showed up. He's like, looks like Bo didn't show up. So basically, and Cole said Victor has not showed up either. So basically, Cole and Delta doesn't know what happened to Victor, and Adaro said, oh, Victor's gone, and he's explained that Victor, and he explained that Victor is dead, because he tried to steal the vessel. So basically, Delta and Cole didn't know that Victor was. That Victor didn't know about Victor's betrayal and whatnot, and didn't know that he was killed by Kojin, was killed by Kojin for betraying the organization by stealing the vessel. So anyway, meanwhile, Boruto and his team managed to get Mr. Koski and Kiski, sorry I'm pronouncing his name wrong. They got Mr. Kiski to the research facility at the Wheaton Research Center. So basically, they got Mr. Kiski to the research facility and Wheaton. So basically, turned out the building was small because everything, the facility was basically mostly on the ground. So the building was small, but most of the research facility was on the ground. So basically, Mr. Keith's one of Mr. Keith's assistants named Akai was the director of the facility. So basically, one of Mr. Keith's assistants named Kaita, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Kaita, who is a woman, is one of this research facility. So anyway, they met up with her and whatnot. Turns out, and also Sarada was there as well. Sarada was there as well with the Nyama. So basically, turns out they were working on the fluid to help Sarada, control the Yama more. Was working on a scientific initiative to help 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 to control the Yama for not going out of control, and making sure that the Yama fully convey her and whatnot. So anyway. So basically, like Boruto, Mr. Casey gave Kaida the new prosthetic arm that Naruto used against Boruto in the sparring match and one of the previous episodes. So basically, Boruto was still not down with about scientific ninjutsu. So anyway, since Mr. Koski was so basically Boruto thought that mission was complete because all they had to do was to escort Mr. Koski and this scientific ninjutsu prosthetic arm to the research city and that would be the end of the mission. But Mr. Koski and Kaida asked Boruto and the others to help test out some ninjutsus, some scientific ninjutsus. So basically, Boruto was kind of hesitant, but the others, got Boruto to talk Boruto into trying some scientific ninjutsus. So anyway, the first scientific ninjutsu that day they tried out, it was a special flash bomb, smoke bomb that Sarada used against Boruto and Mitsuki in a sparring match. So basically, the second scientific ninjutsu that they tried out was these special gloves and boots that allow people to climb walls without using any chakra and whatnot. So basically, once Boruto put on the special boots and gloves that allows people to climb walls and whatnot, he started to get into loving to test these scientific ninjutsu. So basically, the third scientific ninjutsu that Boruto tested out was this flying kite glider that he was testing out. So basically, he was loving testing out this flying kite scientific ninjutsu until he crashed and he started to change his mind. So basically, after he crashed the flying kite glider, scientific ninjutsu, he changed his mind about scientific ninjutsu. So basically, once again, he changed his mind about scientific ninjutsu being bad. So anyway, meanwhile, back at the care organization's headquarters, Ottawa was doing some routine maintenance on Delta and Co. So basically, Delta and Co was kind of shocked that Victor tried to take the vessel and whatnot. So basically, after Ottawa told them and whatnot. So basically, Ottawa was checking to see that Delta and Co do a checkout on Delta and Co hiring and whatnot. So basically, Delta and Co Delta and Co was kind of not surprised that Victor will do some traders shit like this. So basically, but Cole and Delta say, who knows? Maybe one of our other intimate maybe one of our other intermittent, so basically one of my, who knows, we might also have another trader in our inner circle. So basically, who knows? So basically, Cole and Delta would say that, there's a possibility there's another trader in their inner circle who also might try to steal the vessel. So basically, and that's when Boro appeared in holographic form, and Otto was like, hey, was talking to the holographic version of Boro, and Otto was like, he said, "Boy, you need to come in you need to come in to make this stuff." Boy said that, "Oh, I'm much too busy at the moment." I also heard about what happened to Victor and whatnot. So basically, I thought, that stupid fool tried to wit trader and tried to took the vessel. So anyway, and Otto was once again Otto asked Ford to come in for a maintenance check, and Ford was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go now," and the holographic version of Ford disappeared. So basically, Otto was kind of suspicious that when he asked Ford to come in for a maintenance check, that he kept on saying no. So basically, him and Jigen are looking for the trader in their inner circle who tried this to the Victor besides Victor. So basically, Otto has suspicion that maybe Boro might be the traitor, or maybe Kojin. But so anyway, meanwhile, back at the scientific ninja tube, back at the research facility, Boruto was still thinking that scientific ninja tubes were bad. We're still having negative thoughts. We're still having negative. We're still putting down, started taking ninja tools, whatnot, and that's when Shirada started to talk to Boruto, like, hey, you should not be. You should. I know that when you use that scientific ninja tool to cheat during that tuning exam, your outlook you still feel disgraceful after using that scientific ninja tool to cheat during the cheating exam. That's the reason why you having negative. That's why you have negative feelings about scientific ninja tools. But so basically, and that's when Kaida also joined Shirada and tried to explain that and tried to help Shirada, help Boruto that I know that you think that scientific ninja tools are bad, and they might help are bad after your experience using one. But scientific ninja tools can help not only Shinobi's, other people as well. So basically, Shirada and Kaida will start to get through to Boruto about the good that scientific ninja tools can do to people, all the good things that scientific ninja tools can do for people in the world, and not only people. Animals. So basically, Boruto saw this dog with a robot leg, and Kaida said this dog belonged to the clan belonged to Kiva's clan. He joined the mission and lost his leg. So Mr. Kichi saw the dog, and he said, I'm gonna work all the way to make a prosthetic leg for this dog, work on a new leg for this dog, and this dog, work on this, so basically Mr. Kishi saw the dog lost his leg, and he decided to put his effort to making sure that this dog, to work on a prosthetic leg for this dog can be able to walk again normally like a normal dog, and he ended up being successful. So basically, and that's when Boruto realized that scientific ninja tools, I'm letting my feelings about about what happened during the teenage and when I cheated with that scientific ninjutsu, realize that that these scientific ninjutsu are good. So basically, he let his feelings about scientific ninjutsu into about scientific ninjutsu, interfere all the good that they can do to people and animals, they can help people and animals and whatnot. So basically, Boruto changed the tune about him being against scientific ninjutsu started to change after talking to Chirada and Kaika and Mr. Kiski. So anyway, Boruto's tune started to change. That against scientific ninjutsu, he realized that all the good the scientific ninjutsu that Mr. Kiski and Kaida have been working on. So basically, Mr. Kishi, gave Boruto a chocolate blade saber that use your chakra to make a blade. So basically, it's like imagine a lightsaber instead of powered by chakra. So anyways, but the only down thing is that it kind of drains your chakra very quickly in order to activate this chakra blade saber. But anyway, so basically Boruto said to Mr. Kishi, Kaida, and Sarada that you guys helped me realize that scientific ninjutsus are not bad after all. And Sarada said that I will be transferring back to the research facility in the Hidden Leaf Village. So basically, I will be going home and be transferred to the Hidden Leaf Village research facility to continue working on a scientific ninjutsu to help me control the Yama, and help me control the Yama and whatnot. So basically, Boruto was happy to hear that Shirada is going to go, is going back to the Hidden Leaf Village, being transferred back to the Hidden Leaf Village at its research facility and whatnot. So anyway, one of the researchers came walking up to came towards her and told that Boruto's team had a phone call from Boruto's father. Turns out that Naruto said that that Mugo and Koharu had not put in during their mission to see about the crashed airship that crashed near the borderline somewhere near the Hidden Leaf Village. So basically, since Boruto's team was closer, Naruto told Boruto, Sarada, and Michi to go rendezvous with Koharu and see that go rendezvous with Koharu and Mugo and see what happened to them. So basically, Naruto said they couldn't get in contact with Koharu or Mugo. So basically, he ordered Boruto and his team to go find Koharu and Mugo and see what happened to them while they was investigating this, while they was investigating that crashed airship that crashed near the borderline, near the Hidden Leaf Village. So anyway, so basically, Boruto and the others, were on the way to go to the area to go find Koharu and Mugo. So basically, Boruto and the others were worried that maybe something bad must have happened to Koharu and Mugo during their investigation of that crashed airship. So anyway, Boruto and the others headed out. And so basically Naruto, Naruto, Sai Shikadao, and Naruto was worried that that something bad must have happened to something. Maybe the terror organization is behind is the reason why they can't get in contact with Mugo and Koharu, and something bad must be happening to them. So anyway, back at the Carrot organization headquarters, Ottawa and Jigen was like, were having the conversation, and Ottawa said, "Want to turn up the whole checkup thing with Delta and with Delta and Co was to see which one of them." Which were to get data to see which one of them were where and to see that to get to see that if Delta or Co was the traitor who tried to steal the vessel besides Victor, and Otto said, well, we can rule out Co and Delta, being the ones who tried to steal the vessel. So basically Otto ruled out that he ruled out that Delta and Co were the ones who tried to steal the vessel in the airship, but still that only sets that leaves Boro and Kojin left. So basically I told Jigen that I ruled out Delta and Co being the traitors, but that leaves Delta and that leaves Boro and Kojin. So basically so and Jigen said, well, we got to rule. So basically, we need to rule out that Kojin. We need to figure out if Kojin or Boro is the traitor in the circle or not. But unknown to them, Cole overheard the conversation, and this is how the episode ended with what Cole overhearing Jigen and Ottawa's conversation about Bull or Kojin might be the traitor who tried to steal the vessel in the airship, and that's how the episode ended on that. So anyway, this was a good episode of Boruto. So basically, this was a very good episode of Boruto. So anyway, I can't wait to next week's episode. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Or just now? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Cynthia Michael from Screen Review. Signing off. 1.